Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Underground, thunder bounce, and I stop the ground like a million elephants, a silverback orangutans. You can't stop the train. Who wants to don't come on? Welcome to the jungle. We got what it takes. We got everything you want. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. Run to the hills. Run now. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit
What's up, everybody? Welcome to everybody's least favorite day of the week. That's right, it's Monday. And as always, I'm your host, Pi, and I'm joined with Raptor Mom. What's up, Mom?
Hey, y'all. I'm not a whole lot. I just kind of going over for the notes from last night's debate. I'm getting ready for our trip. So, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot been going on. I'm freaking exhausted. I'm feeling exhausted right now.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, it's, man, last night's debate, holy shit, was that interesting and funny.
Oh, I was like almost on the floor laughing because it was, I mean, I thought it was hilarious.
It was, it was intense for sure. Definitely, not like a regular presidential debate, but, I think
it was more like a roast.
Yeah, pretty much. Hillary said it herself. I kind of agree with her. This election is not like any other for the simple fact that there's a lot at stake.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think right now the biggest thing at stake with this election is that open seat in the Supreme Court.
Well, I mean, there's more than that because...
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
that's the most important thing.
That is one of the big things. And hey to everybody that's saying, hey, let me get that out there. So everyone, there you go. Everyone kind of got a group shout out. But yeah, the Supreme Court justice is obviously a big deal. But then you've got like the healthcare, then you've got the military. I mean, you got so much that this president is, whatever they do, is going to have a huge impact for years to come. So it is kind of important. Let me ask you a question, Raptor Mom.
Yes.
So, did you listen or see the tape of Trump from like 11 years ago?
Yes, I listened to it.
Okay, so
I was not offended by it because I can tell you what, I've said some, pretty, how do you say it, locker room, like offensive locker room talk is what they're calling it or whatever. Like everybody getting their panties in the wad over this fucking tape needs to get the fuck over themselves.
Yeah, like Megyn Kelly last night was all like, oh, it was disgusting, it was offensive. No, it isn't. I mean, if you're an uppity fucking rich, live in the clouds type of person, then yeah, maybe it is. But the average American, I'm pretty willing to say, is that's the everyday type of thing. Like that's exactly locker room talk. It's the boys being boys. That's all it is. I know I've said shit like that in the past. Like, fuck, I'd do her, or blah, 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 whatever the case may be. It's locker room talk. And I'm pretty damn sure there's women out there that kind of idolize men and do the same thing towards men. I don't know exactly what women say, because I guess I don't have a woman's mindset.
Here's my, and I've seen this meme around on Facebook since the whole tape thing came out. And, all these, women or whoever, they're offended by what Donald Trump said, but yet they, 80 million copies of 50 Shades of Grey, just the book, have been purchased. Not, going to the movies and watching the movie or whatever. I've watched the movie. I haven't read the book.
Let me let you into a trade secret, Raptor Mom. Nobody bought that book. The author bought 80 million copies themselves. That's what it was.
Well, but then people turn around and purchase it. I see what you're talking about, but still, like when it first came out, like all these women were bragging about it.
Oh, of course.
Oh my God, the movie, and I'm just like, and I watched the movie, be like, okay, what's so significant about this movie, which was absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing. It was almost like a softcore porn, kinda.
Exactly.
I mean, I didn't watch the whole fucking thing. The wife has watched it, so I've kind of sat and watched, I think, halfway through it, and then I'm like, I can't watch this shit, so I go do something else. But I think it's the sexiness inside of it. It's kind of it's the women's point of view almost. At least that's what I got from the portion I watched of it. Like, I think I've seen maybe 5 minutes after, like, she signs the contract saying, yeah, she's willing to do this shit. Like, that's literally all I've seen. So I guess I haven't even seen the fun stuff. But I
don't know.
I just
if
couldn't
somebody
even
makes
watch
me to, sign a contract to have sex, I'd walk out the fucking door. Just
well,
saying.
it's because she can't say anything about it. I mean, if he's this high-profile guy that brings in shit ton of money. Anyway, we're kind of getting off subject. But you're right. 80 million copies of this freaking book were sold. And I don't know if that's just 80 million in the US or 80 million total worldwide. But regardless, people got double standards. It is what it is. And here's another prime example. And now let me put it out there. For the record, as I'm talking right now, I'm trying to be objective, like, for both sides. I'm not one side or the other.
Of course.
But if you look at the very beginning, okay, Trump, I guess, did and somewhat apologized. He said, I'm sorry for it. I shouldn't have done it. It was locker room talk, blah, blah, blah. And then Hillary kept trying to push, well, he hasn't apologized for this stuff. He's against women. He hasn't apologized for any of this.
He's actually apologized a couple of times.
He did, yeah. Now, why is it that when he makes a mistake and then apologizes for it, he still gets shit for it? But when Hillary makes a mistake, i.e. emails, that it should be done and over with, and no one else should say anything about it. So there's definitely double standards there between the media and people outside looking in.
Well, of course. I mean, the debate alone, the moderators, there was a huge double standard. She would go over, a significant amount of time. And then I laughed. He was like, what the hell? Like, you're letting her go over, but the moment I go over, you cut me right off. Yeah,
if you was watching the debate last night, you would see Trump every now and again kind of like nod his head or and then point. And I worked out that he was doing that because of the time. He was watching the clock. And every time it would come to like 2 minutes, that he'd then point and kind of tell him, hey, her time's up. And you could also tell that because coming up close to the time, he would move the mic up to his mouth. So like little things like that, I noticed. And she still kind of was able to do her own thing. I do like the fact that Trump turned around and argued with the moderators and told them, like, hey, you're giving her extra time. You need to let me talk. I like that. A lot of people said that wasn't very presidential. Oh, I don't give a shit if it's presidential or not. I like it. I mean, the guy stands up and says, hey, chickens are chickens and fucking donkeys are donkeys. If that's fucked up, I'm going to call you out on it. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons I like the way he is. Is he the typical very presidential type person? Does he carry himself presidentially and stuff? If you look back on everyone else, probably not. But does that really fucking matter? I mean, at the end of the day, he looks the part until he opens his mouth at times. And then it's all about being able to do the job, right? Who gives a fuck if you can carry yourself presidentially or not? Think about it in whatever career field you're in right now. Whether you're still in service, whether you're in a civilian career field, like think of it in your job environment. As long as you look professional, which he does until he opens his mouth at times, and as long as you can do the job, which I would say he can, based off his business experience, business dealings around the world, his ability to make billions of dollars, and his ability to look people in the face and tell them they're fucked up. I would say he's able to do the job. So does it matter if he looks presidential or not?
Like he's cutthroat. Like to be that successful of a businessman, you have to be cutthroat.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And you know, he's fucking made a life doing that shit. So, I'm all for Trump and the way he does things. I think it's great because no one else does this shit. Like, could you see if anybody else was the Republican nominee? Could you see anybody challenging Hillary over her emails the way Trump did?
No, they would just because I vaguely remember the last presidential debates with Romney and Obama, and especially Joe Biden and Paul Ryan, they just let the Democrats ride all over them,
right?
Especially the moderators and stuff like that. And Trump stood up to them. He's like, fuck this, you guys are. I think to me that's what we need is somebody to stand up, put PC aside and just, be like, look, this is fucked up.
Yeah, today's not the day and age where you need political correctness. Maybe there is some point at some time where you need political correctness, but in my opinion, now is not that time. Dominique in Facebook Live says, it matters sometimes. A president has to know how to be tactful at times. And I agree. And I think behind closed doors, I think Trump knows how to do that. Because
I think so too.
If he wasn't able to be tactful, he wouldn't have built a multi-billion-dollar empire. If you're just constantly going at people's heads, sooner or later you're going to crumble, or you're not going to make it to the top. He's made it to the top a number of times for whatever reason, and he still has a multi-billion-dollar empire. So I think behind closed doors, he knows how to be tactful. Now that he's in the public view, his tax kind of gone out of the window because you got to remember, he also says he goes around and talks to people throughout the country. And a lot of these people, I would say, are saying, hey, why hasn't Hillary been brought up on emails? Why hasn't this been done? Why hasn't anyone said this? Why hasn't anyone said that? So
he's listening to the American people.
And so
she is not.
A lot of it was Trump, I guess, taking what people had said, like regular Joe Dirt type people, and took their questions and threw them out last night. And I think it was pretty fucking good. I think Trump destroyed Hillary last night. I think you could tell she was backed up in a corner a number of times. She was nervous as hell. She didn't really take the bait to kind of lash out at him. I thought at one point she may have done when she started to, it looked like she was starting to argue with him. But then she kind of settled down. I think she realized that would be the wrong way to go. But I think she was backed up against the corner all night.
See, what was interesting, you speak on that, yes, I knew it was going to be brought up if, his, this recent, tape that was leaked out. And I think what he did was the smartest thing he could have done in a playbook was getting the women, that have, the Clintons have paid out, pretty much hush money to these women and had them there at the debate.
Yes.
And Bill Clinton, his look when he saw them, those women, was fucking priceless.
Yep. That's one thing I did like about it. Hillary tried to go at Trump for, I guess, objectifying women and the way he
Exactly.
treats women and all that kind of stuff. And he turned around, and of course I'm paraphrasing, but he turned around and says, "Wait a minute, you're getting on at me about women? I love women. I'm a big supporter of women. You'll never find you won't find anyone else in the world that likes women as much as I do. But if you're going to talk to me about objectifying women, how about you take a look at your husband and the scandals your husband went through, and what happened in the White House?" And he was referring to, the women that accused Bill Clinton of rape, as well as, I guess, Monica Lewinsky. I mean, she couldn't say anything right there. I think her reply completely ignored that portion and went on to something else. But she did. The moderator said, "All right, fine, shut up, Trump. We're moving to something else." And Hillary fought to have a response to that shit.
It was kind of funny, like when she was, like, I guess they went on to the next topic, and they were like, oh, like, they were kind of arguing who goes first, and then Trump was like, oh no, ladies first.
Yeah.
I about fell to the floor laughing.
Yeah, there was an audience member asked a question, and I guess Trump had asked it previously. He had asked it first last time, and the moderator said, "Hey, it's Hillary's turn," and Hillary was like, "No, you go ahead, Donald." And Donald's like, "No, you go. No, you go, Donald. No, you go, Hillary. I'm a gentleman."
Yeah. See,
yeah.
and I think, Trump did, it was like locker room talk. However, with Bill Clinton doing what he did to women, he did that on the government's dime. Not government, the taxpayers' dime. Correction. So, really, and then, the moderators brought up, that whole locker room talk. They never brought up, there was 2,000 emails that was just leaked. That were just leaked.
That was kind of brought up, the one about WikiLeaks and the...
yeah, but they really didn't say, it was two shits weren't even given on it.
And Trump called them out on that as well, saying, "Hey, why didn't you bring up any of this stuff?" And then Anderson was like, "Oh, we did." And Trump was like, "No, you didn't. You hadn't brought up any of this stuff," which is true. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad Trump has stepped up his game compared to the first debate, where I think it was more, hey, let me see how this goes and adjust fire as needed.
I think the first debate, he tried to look presidential. He really tried. And then Hillary just stood there and just was like a nagging bitch the entire debate.
Yeah. This time Trump said, "Screw it, I'm just going to be me and make sure I get these points across." I think he done great. According to the professional analysis, they say that he didn't do too well getting new voters in, but Fox done this, and I know it's Fox, and I know they're biased, but Fox done this this poll of people. I guess they had a number of people come and sit in the studio before the debate. None of them really wanted to vote for any of them. And then, during the debate, they would push buttons to say who they're favoring at that point in time. Anyway, at the end of the debate, I think it was maybe 20, 30 people or something like that. At the end of the debate, the majority of the people, probably, I don't know, 3/4 of them, if not more, were siding towards Trump. And I think that's all because Trump was able to get it out there, question Hillary about the emails and all the other scandals that she's gone through and stuff. And I think that's the main reason, because he stood up for the American people and asked the questions that everybody wants the answers to. I think that really done him well. But the next one is, I don't know when the next one is. I think it's
October 19th.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not sure who is broadcasting it. Hold on, I'll Google as it.
Well, everyone should be broadcasting it as normal. It'll be on C-SPAN. It'll be on Fox. It'll be on CNN. It'll be
it'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be broadcasting it as well, I guess. Yeah.
But it's the final debate.
the final debate. So I'm looking for fireworks and a fucking a firefight going on. I'm looking for all kinds of fucking bells and whistles in this one.
Okay, the next debate, Chris Wallace, he's a Fox News anchor on Sunday. He will be the moderator. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, that should
You
be
know what's really
interesting.
interesting is Fox News is, typically leans Republican, and sometimes they, I mean, I don't, just base my shit on Fox News. And it's like, then they're kind of like CNN. Yeah, they're both going to, lean to what their views are. I mean, that's the whole reason why they have those channels.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because you look at Megyn Kelly, she's on Fox. And
yes,
she let fucking Trump have it.
Oh, where was I going with this? Fuck. Just lost my train of thought. But anyways.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah. So the next one will be on the 19th, and we'll be broadcasting it. So maybe we should plan for the 19th. We should have like a group drinking game. I know.
We kind of did that last night. Red Lake, every time certain key words were said, like on the screen, it said drink.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So I know the last one, I think we kind of did the drinking game and bingo. So, I'm making notes. Make bingo cards.
Well, we're going to have to find something epic to do since it's the last one. So, I don't know. We've had the regular, if they say this word, you drink. We've had the bingo one. We're going to have to come up with something truly amazing. And we're going to have to get everyone else involved in it as well. But, I don't know. So, yeah, there you go. That was the whole debate thing last night, which was pretty interesting. Here's a freaking story. I kind of laughed at this because it's fucking ridiculous. Our current president and commander-in-chief, in my sole opinion, is a complete fucking douchebag.
Feelings mutual.
Yeah, what an idiot. Anyway, do you guys remember maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, somewhere around that kind of timeline, there were them chicks at this college campus. I can't even remember the name of the college. I think it was in Texas somewhere. But anyway, there was these chicks at college campus that were handing out dildos, protesting.
That was at University of Texas in Austin.
Oh, there you go. Now, I remember they were handing out dildos. I can't remember what they were protesting. Were they
Cocks, not Glocks.
Yes, cocks, not Glocks. But
And-
you're allowed. I think you were allowed to carry on campus. Was that what it was?
Well, and in the state of Texas, a public university, you can conceal carry.
Right. So they were boycotting. Well, they were protesting the fact that you can conceal carry on college campus, but you cannot have a dildo on campus. Which, I mean, come on. If you think about it logically, it's fucking stupid. It's like one of them 1807 laws that says if you own a donkey, you must take him out on Sunday mornings and do 3 laps around the church before you sell him. You know, one of them stupid laws. So I'm assuming it was probably one of them stupid laws.
See, I wish I knew they were doing the protest, because I would have went down there and got a bunch of dildos, and maybe had a contest on the station, and I would have gotten them for free, and they would have gotten a box of dicks. But
there
hey,
you go.
Next time, right?
Yeah. But get this, and this is why I called Obama stupid. It's fucking dumb. So these 5 chicks that put on this protest thing, these, God help us all, these chicks were invited to the White House.
Oh, did they bring their dildos?
I don't think so. Organizers of an anti-gun protest at the University of Texas in Austin against a new campus carry law noted for garnering for some 4,000 adult toys, which they gave away. Earning immortality on The Daily Show, have made their way to Pennsylvania Avenue. Invited by DoSomething.org to join a gun control advocates to talk to senior officials about grassroots activism. The CNG gang posted images of their visit to the White House on social media and contend some important firsts were made. How is anything there an important first? They think it's the first time dildo has been said in the Roosevelt Room in the West Wing. Nah, probably not. You have the likes of Bill Clinton and other people in the White House that really don't give a shit off camera. So, yeah, probably not. Cox also reverberated around the room dozens of times, and Rosie, who was sitting right next to the Oval Office where Obama was sitting 10 feet away, could hear his voice through the door. Does that mean he could hear ours? This is stupid. This is stupid. But that's all the article says.
So, okay, first of all, in order to get, it's pretty much federally, to conceal carry, to even own a handgun, you have to be 21. And by the time someone's 21 in college, first of all, one, they probably, have served a few years. Two, they're probably a junior or senior in college. The way, because I watched the videos and read articles about this, these dumb-ass girls, we'll put it that way, actually more like little girls, because, the maturity of this was
agree with that.
Fucking high school. They're like, well, anybody can carry a gun, and I don't feel comfortable with that. Like, I'm just paraphrasing. And it's like, really? No. Not everybody can carry a gun. The people that are going to carry a gun have gone through a couple of background checks. One, to purchase the gun. And then two, you have to go through another background check to just be able to conceal carry. So your logic is very flawed on that.
Yeah. Man.
So it was stupid. And this is kind of back to the debate, but this is still on Second Amendment and guns. Hillary Clinton went on how they're going to close the loopholes for, you can own a handgun at 18, yeah, maybe in some places, but not in the state of Texas. Anyways, I know this because I've researched the gun laws in Texas before I purchased one and applied for my concealed weapons permit. But, anyways, so, Hillary said that they were going to close the loophole about, gun sales with online and gun shows. Yeah, well, here's the thing. On that, you still have to go to a gun store, once, or when you buy them online, you have to go to a gun store in order to have the background check stuff before you can even pick up your firearm. And then with the gun shows, it's the same thing, same way. So, yeah, fact check, Hillary lies. She's full of shit. But to the uneducated, ignorant voter on gun laws who, most people who are anti-Second Amendment, they don't know the actual fucking gun laws in each state. They just think you shouldn't be able to own a gun. So, these little girls are just ignorant as fuck on the whole thing. And Bill, yes, you can't purchase it from the store. Yeah, my children. Yeah, I can hand a handgun to my kids at a shooting range, and they could shoot it. I wouldn't hand them a 9mm or a 45. That just is way too much. But maybe a small 22. If I was at the gun range, I teach them how to fucking shoot, because a restraining order is only a fucking piece of paper. Anyways, but yes, and Jesse is right. In order in Texas for a concealed hand license, you have to be 21. And even in the state of Texas, to be able to open carry a handgun, which I don't think is the best idea, you still have to have your concealed hand license to be able to open carry in Texas. In other states, you don't, Arizona, Alaska, and Kentucky, and many states you don't have to have it, but here in Texas you do.
The problem is a lot of these people that want to protest about gun laws and all that kind of shit. Number one, I would say a lot of them are not educated on the fact. Number two, if they are educated, they only know a bit, let's just say they're an expert on the gun laws and shit, but they're only an expert or know about it for their particular state, and they assume it's the same for everywhere else in the U.S. So it can go both ways. I mean, there are topics that Trump brings up that he really doesn't know a lot about, and he kind of bullshits his way through it. The same goes for Hillary. The Second Amendment, or the Constitution in general, is always going to be a big topic when you're talking about changing it and taking away people's rights and stuff. I don't think the Second Amendment is going anywhere. I don't think anyone would be that stupid.
Oh, I don't think so either. But I mean, look at California.
Well, that's California. Everyone in California doesn't want to do anything about it, so that's why California is able to do what it does. If Californians were against it, yeah, they would do something about it. Yeah, I mean, think of it this way, and I know it would affect people monetarily, but if everybody just didn't go to work for one day and just sat outside of the State House, just like completely blocked the roads downtown, just completely blocked the sidewalk, just sat the fuck down and didn't move for one day, businesses are going to be hurting. They're going to lose money because the amount of people that just didn't go to work. The downtown state capital area is going to be congested as hell. People are they're going to be taken notice of, and that's just one day. So businesses are now being affected because essentially nobody goes to work. You're outside the State House, which then gets their attention. So you start causing problems, especially for the state economy. That's probably going to do something. But that's just my opinion.
Well,
what do I know?
I mean, about that, the thing is hardworking Americans can't afford to lose a day. You know what I mean? Of work. Right. So they're not going to, because they have to feed their families. Yes, if I do believe if these topics are really near, dear, and true to you, and you're tired of it, you go do it. But so like, I mean, look at the protesters, the Black Lives Matter. How many of them like are actually working and protesting? You know, like to me, it looks like a lot of them they don't have a job. Like, why would you go on day's end protesting and acting like a fool like that? Because you don't have a job. But people who do have a job and their family depends on that, they kind of, it's like a catch-22. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then I agree. Like, if we were all to fucking just be like, you know what? Screw this shit. We're not going to go to work for a day or two, sit at the Capitol. Yeah, that might change, the tune of some of these politicians and this, the state's tune. But in all actuality, your everyday American citizen who depends on going to work and that money, they can't afford to do it.
But get this, if let's say you're pro Second Amendment, and you feel that they're just getting dumb, like the way California is, they're just getting dumb with their gun laws, like ridiculous. You have to make a choice. You either just suck it up and don't do anything about it, and just go sit in the corner and bitch and whine to yourself, and don't bitch and whine to anyone else, or you do something about it and you're willing to lose one day's wages to go get your voice heard, because in today's society that's what it takes. So if I felt very strongly about something, then I would be willing to go lose a day's wages to do whatever it is I had to do. Because if you're not willing to do that, then shut the fuck up about the issue. Because think of it, if you're not willing to do it, what makes other people, like how are you going to stand up and say, well, other people should go do this and other people should go do that because this is wrong? How can you say that if you're not willing to stand up for a cause or an idea on your own? Why should anyone else stand up for it? Because that's exactly
I
what's
agree,
happening.
too.
No one else
I mean,
is
I agree
standing
with
up
that.
for it because no one is standing up for it. So people should form these little groups, maybe hit up the NRA, maybe hit up these other pro-gun organizations and say, hey, look, this is what we want to do. We should just flood downtown and just sit on the steps of the state capitol. And if it leaks out to all over the streets, then oh well. But everyone needs to do it on a work day. So not only does it hurt companies, it starts hurting the economy, the state economy. And everybody then sees it, not only businesses, but the state government, and everybody sees what's going on. That, I think, would be a good start. And then you kind of take it from there. But if you're not willing to do something like that, then obviously your views and beliefs isn't that strong about it. So if that's the case, then you need to.
I agree. I mean, I completely agree. But we've been brainwashed, to think, if everything has to be this way. So.
Right, but I mean, and that's what makes. That's why you, as an individual, need to think outside the box and not think the same way as you've been programmed to think. You need to be your own person, do your own thing.
Just like our founding fathers.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. I mean, you're a freaking person. I mean, if you want to conform to social norms, then by all means, there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, you're your own person. So if that's what you want to do and you want to conform to social norms, then great. Have a great life. But if you don't and you're against the social norms and you want to be your own unique, independent person, then great. But you need to be ready to stand up and fight many, many battles to keep that uniqueness. Because if you don't, then you're going to be screwed. It's just that simple. But there you go.
So.
Whew.
So how about them Bengals? I'm just kidding.
So since you brought up Black Lives Matter, I don't know if you heard, but Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream.
That's like really overpriced.
Yeah, has never shied away from weighing in on prominent social and political causes.
Well, they are a very liberal corporation.
Right. But now the Vermont-based creamery has officially weighed in on one of America's most contentious movements, the Black Lives Matter.
Oh, how
Now,
cute.
This is kind of weird because Black Lives Matter has kind of died down a little bit recently. So I don't know why now all of a sudden they're trying to like put themselves out there. But anyway.
The stir shit.
On Thursday, the ice cream maker sent out a tweet proclaiming solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. They said, Black Lives Matter, choosing to be silent in the face of such injustice is not an option. And then they got a couple of links, blah, blah, blah. The tweet, which has been liked over 30,000 times, was accompanied by a lengthy statement on systematic and institutionalized racism, and called for others to join the cause by not standing idly by and to engage in meaningful action. Systematic and institutionalized racism are the defining civil rights and social justice issues of our times, says the statement signed by your friends at Ben & Jerry's. We've come to understand that to be silent about the violence and threats to the lives and well-being of black people is to be complicit in that violence and those threats. The statement also specifically referenced a recent police officer shooting death of an African-American man in Charlotte. Well, now correct me if I'm wrong, the shooting of the African-American man in Charlotte was well-deserved because he had a fucking gun and wouldn't listen to cops.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so fuck it. He deserved to die. Fuck him. And links to a separate landing page on the company's website calls 7 Ways We Know Systematic Racism is Real. Yeah, so I guess bottom line, fuck Ben & Jerry's. I don't buy that shit anyway.
I know. I buy Bluebell.
Fuck them. Man. I don't know why companies do this. To me, it's stupid. Because you've just now limited your target audience. they could have just fucking said nothing, and
then still done it.
Yeah, still
Nobody
done-
would know.
Yeah, still fucking done what they needed to do. Now, the president or CEO, because I'm pretty sure it had to go that high for this to happen, but the president or CEO could have come out on a personal level and said, I support the Black Lives Matter movement because of ABC. This is my view and not the view of my company. That
Kind of like what we do here,
yeah,
you know.
that would have been fine. But when you put the company's view, I don't know. That's kind of risking the company, because think about it. There's more people not on the Black Lives Matter side than there are people on the Black Lives Matter side. So for people that are completely against the Black Lives Matter movement because they think it may be a terrorist organization, or they think it's done the wrong way, or whatever the reason, they probably just like, oh, Ben and Jerry's, that's off my list. So it's a risky move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Yeah, I don't know. But there you go. Ben and Jerry's.
Well, I mean, I guess the nice thing about our country is you can support shit like that and do
Right.
shit like that. So it's, you know, it's their company, you know, if they want to do it, do it. But, you know, however, as you said, you know, it's dying down. Well, you know what, honestly, I wouldn't say it's dying down. Like, well, the recent riots that they've had, the one up, what was it, Milwaukee, where that kid was carrying a gun and pointed towards cops. He got shot. They rioted, and then of course, you know, Charlotte, you know, it's kind of same. It wasn't the same case, but he did have a gun, and it was on, you know, dropped, you know, on the ground or whatever. So it just seems like they just riot over anything before. I mean, yeah, they do riot over anything before they get the facts straight. Before the, you know, anything comes out, you know, if it was actually they were shot because they were black, which it's not the case.
Right.
So, but it's just going to take, you know, one more thing, you know, and then they get riled up again. But a lot of
course.
people are starting to believe they're bullshit and are just like, you know what, fuck off.
You know, I don't think that's the case. I think as this goes on and on and on, more and more people are realizing that they're just a bunch of idiots, because all they do is cause problems. I truly believe that. Maybe in the beginning, a lot of people rallied behind them, but I think more and more people are seeing that it's a stupid
They're actually
organization.
starting to use their heads.
Now, there may be a message there of maybe police do need more training. There may be a message there of there are some bad apples, but the message they are pushing, I disagree with. For example, I think it was the one in Charlotte. It was a black officer that killed a black guy.
Well, it's the same thing in Milwaukee. It was a black officer.
Right. So how is that racism? Or they call
They
it something.
claim that
yeah, they
it's
call it
the
something
white
else.
man's view.
Yeah, some shit like
Uncle
that.
Tom.
But it's a black officer shooting a black suspect. Like, so how is that even institutionalized racism? What, because he's a cop, he's automatically racist? No, it doesn't work that way. So the argument is flawed. The thing is, their stupid movement gives hooligans and criminals the
A reason.
opportunity to go out and just mess shit up and do what they do as far as rioting and smashing shit and all that kind of stuff. That's all it does, in my opinion. And I think more and more people are starting to realize that, because what have they accomplished? Like, between the first time they started and between today, what have they accomplished? They haven't accomplished nothing. They haven't sat down with anyone. They haven't moved forward to work on making any progress. They haven't done nothing. Not a damn thing. And you know how I know that? Because if they did, it would be all over the news. They haven't done anything. All they've managed to do is create more problems and smash up businesses and property. That's all they've done. So, yeah, I think more and more people are seeing through their shit. Oh,
You
yeah.
know, when you go to like, if they need more training, but could they? Maybe, I don't know. Um, but with the scrutiny and the microscope that our law enforcement are under, and the attacks of them, because within I think the past week, 4 law enforcement officers were killed over stupid shit.
Right.
And then, like, look at the Dallas, shootings and other officers that have been targeted because they were police officers. So wouldn't you, like, kind of have your head on a swivel and be a little bit more, you'd be on the edge. I mean, granted, as a first responder, you should always, just kind of be on that edge because, approaching a scene, like thinking everything, it's just routine, it's going to get you killed. But
Right.
like whether you're an officer, a firefighter, EMS, or anything in that nature. So, I mean, I like if I was a law enforcement officer, I'd be on the fucking edge all the time because of all this shit.
Oh, yeah, of course. I don't blame the cops. And it's like I said previous on a previous show, because of the Black Lives Matter movement and the bullshit that they do, it puts the cops on edge, which at times forces them to do things they wouldn't normally do. Whether that would be shoot before they normally would because they're a lot more edgy, or not shoot at all because there was recently a cop that did not, in a situation that after like later review, like a freaking couch quarterback, after the incident was over, they looked at it and they said she was within her right to shoot the suspect dead because the suspect beat the shit out of her. She's a cop. The suspect beat the shit out of her. She should have shot him dead, but she
was
didn't.
afraid to.
She didn't shoot. She didn't draw her weapon because she didn't want her family or the police department to come under the scrutiny of media and all these other idiots over her shooting someone, even though she was well within her right, according to law and everything else, to do so. She didn't shoot her. She didn't pull her firearm and shoot him because she didn't want her family and the police department to go under the scrutiny of the media, the public, and everything else. Now, like, that is freaking ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's what this Black Lives Matter movement is doing. It's hurting more people than it is supporting any type of cause. It's
Well,
stupid.
in LA, like I guess the police commission or whatever, or like a bunch of people in suits, higher ups, told their officers like to like look the other way or just back off, like don't even do anything. Pretty much is what they told them because of all this stuff. But at the end of the day, if you're told by an officer to stop and they instruct you to do something, just fucking do it. Like, if you want to argue your case, you'll have your day in court.
Yep.
So, fuck them.
So I've been kind of quiet over the past few minutes because I'm just looking over the questions for Do You Even America, Bro? Yep, that's right. This week, we finally remembered to put together the questions. Well, Raptor Mom remembered. I remembered at the last minute, and Raptor Mom, being as great as she is, had already got these things knocked out. So, Bobby, you suck. Raptor Mom rules. But yeah, so these questions are, they're pretty interesting, pretty hard. I don't think I would have got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 of these. 4 out of the 5 I wouldn't get. So they're pretty hard. And I like to think I'm kind of clued up on some of the basic American like history and facts and shit like that. But these are pretty interesting. But what we're going to do, boys and girls, we're going to take a quick break so I can go refill on coffee because, believe me, I need it. Like, believe me. Like, I need coffee big league. So we're going to take a quick music break. And then when we come back, the very first thing we're doing is playing Do You Even America, Bro? For your chance to win a free WTF Nation radio sticker. So go refill on your coffee, go take a quick leak, go do whatever it is you got to do, but make sure you come back so you have a chance of winning a sticker. So we'll be back in a minute.
Shit. You know, I'm still here pouring that Warfighter, getting tipsy.
This is an Anthrax Beats production.
Check. 4 cups to the head, now I'm tipsy. Throwed like a frisbee, gone like a gypsy. Miss me, my J's always crispy. And this be my ass, and that's the place that they can kiss me. Deuce in the house like I'm grounded, pounding. I used to be lost in the sauce, but now I found it. Catch me a sound check, catch me on stage. All these rappers can't see me, they be on the wrong page. Catch me backstage, Red Bull and some vodka. Wait, it's Fanta, Warfighter mantra. Guns like it's Contra, temper like Blanca. They wanna break me, but I'm tough like a Tonka. You Willy Wonka, Charlie's the enemy. 5.56 natal round is the remedy. 1 shot, 1 kill is what they telling me. He served in Vietnam, but that was back in the 70s. Yeah, this is Warfighter music. So pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, that's that Warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it. It's that Warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, it's just that Warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it. Gulf to Somalia, to Bosnia, to Kosovo. Forgot to say Cuba, for conflict was notable. 21st century, a little more emotional. 9/11 fight back, it wasn't negotiable. Nah, had me feeling so vulnerable. Nah, and my anger just multiplied. Ha! So I signed on the dotted line. Freedoms that I decline to fight for what's yours and mine. Yeah, so we fight for some brighter times. And we pray for a better day. Yeah, gotta thank you for the service, y'all. And not just on Veterans Day. Next time you see a vet, face like a chia pet. Holes, you can see the toes right through his Nike checks. Cold and it might be wet. Slow down, you might regret not buying him a meal. It's the least you could do, I bet. Yeah, this is Warfighter music. So pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, that's that Warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it. It's that Warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, it's just that Warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it. Yeah, this is Warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, that's that Warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it.
Yeah, I spit that Warfighter music at you. Play it on the mission before, during, yeah, and even after. Let these bars hit you harder than a mind deuce, harder than a saber round coming out the gun too. These words in the booth that I keep on spitting for the Warfighters who need uplifting, sitting and bitching and keeping on wishing. It's music medication to keep them all living. Yeah, this that Warfighter music, cause anything else, yeah, yo, I'ma lose it.
Guns ready like warfare, there's a war here, there's a war there. Guns ready like warfare, there's a war here, there's a war there. Guns ready like warfare, there's a war here, there's a war there. One on my head and one on myself, so bad that I hung myself up with the belt. Thankful to never see daylight. Sometimes the tunnel was too dark. The load that I carry is heavy, I feel the weight of the heavens like Tupac. Our shoulders a soldier who know war, so who better to hold their composure? I'm Aries, but feel like I'm Thor, so how my Warfighter can want me no closer. Got an iron fist and a venomous speech, better take precaution. I'm about to go march all the way to Washington, D.C. with me, let's go.
Yeah, this is Warfighter music. So pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, that's that Warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it. It's that Warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, it's just that Warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it.
They don't wanna hear me say it's a rap. See, you was raised in the suburbs, but claiming the trap. I got that Warfighter in me, so I'm feeling untouchable. Stacking paper to the ceiling like my last name was Huxtable. Y'all be acting real tough till my gang show up. Now they all up on my nuts soon as my name blows up. I never understood their motives, but it don't even matter. I'm still still swinging for the fences like the lead off batter. Let's go.
Took an old survey to pen, my combat back to the letterman. Never doubted, never hesitant. I do it again as a veteran. Fought for the right to earn my stripes. How many days and several nights? C-130s, what my plight? Boots on the ground, ready to fight. Trade for war, train through the pain. Never really mattered if it rained from Iraq to Afghan. Couldn't talk to Bahrain. Lost love and I gained hate, but I found God and I gained faith. Started overseas to the great state. Put your stress down as a mind state. Yeah, this is warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, that's that warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it. It's that warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, it's just that warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it.
The lost it, I be going cuckoo. Yes, I'm in my zone. That's why I roam and I be dropping doo-doo on the microphone and it be hot. Bring this warfighter music to your block and your system is gon' knock and it's gon' hit you like some rock. Take these rounds down, range up, prescribing them like the doc. You can re-up when you want to and take them around the clock. It's not FDA approved, but you can share with others. This medication that we give an overdose in my brothers.
Let's kill the confusion, I never do losing, I only do winning whenever I'm in it. My speakers is playing and I am not hearing anything other than warfighter music. Warfighter music, I ain't with my uvula, represent for all my shooters and troopers, my brothers and sisters who fighting for you and your family, traveling to the unusual rap for the ones overseas, gripping on the M16, and the vets here needing a release in a piece, trying to find a place to be. Well, I feel the same way, so I gotta rep y'all. TMR repping for the warfighter cause. All of us together sounding like the best of. Now they wonder if I'm got it with the food red con. Dang.
Yeah, this is warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, it's just that warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it. It's that warfighter music. Pour another cup and feel free to abuse it. Yeah, it's just that warfighter music. I swear if I hear anything else, I'ma lose it.
WTF Nation Radio.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So that was Warfighter by Recon One. So I hope you enjoyed that. Pretty decent. And it literally took that amount of time for me to go make a new coffee and go take a piss. But there we go. So do you even America, bro? So if you want to play your chance to win a WTF Nation Radio sticker, then give us a call at 415-889-8367. And if you forget the number, it's down here on the screen somewhere. Like down there. Here it is. Ooh. Yeah. So give us a call, 415-889-8367. We haven't played this for a couple of weeks because I kept forgetting to do it. Because it's kind of a new game. I think we've only really played it twice on the lunchtime show. But yeah, there you go. 10, maybe 15 seconds. Yeah. If at any time we feel like you're Googleizing the questions, then yeah, you're gonna be put on the spot. It's like, all right, question, answer now. Yeah, no, nothing. All right, time done, and that's it. These are tricky. I think these are gonna have to be done via the process of elimination. To be honest, I mean, you could probably guess a couple, maybe 3 of these. One of them for sure, you're probably going to have to know. But I don't know. Some of you guys out there maybe smarter than the average bear, so you may know this stuff. So if you want to play, give me a call, 415-889-8367. Yeah, they're interesting questions. These questions, but only if you get the question correct. So you get asked the first one. If you get it correct, you move to the second, move to the third, move to the fourth, move to the fifth. But anytime you get it wrong, that's it. It's game over. 415-889-8367. They're interesting questions. So for no other reason, I would probably call in to hear the questions because they're interesting. They're not the normal kind of questions we normally throw out. But yeah, there you go. So while we're waiting for you guys to give us a call about this, and Mom, if you would occasionally kind of jump in and remind everyone that we're playing Do You Even America, Bro, that would be
No, of course.
appreciated. Yeah, there you go, D-Mex. Call after you know the first four. But the problem is no one's going to call to get to the first four. That's the problem.
Right?
So how about you kick it off, D-Mex? How about you give us a call and at least people start knowing maybe the right answer to the first question.
Come on, bunch of sissies.
WTF Nation Radio, Do You Even America, Bro?
Yeah.
Alrighty, here we go. Question number 1. What's your name, first of all?
This is James.
All right, James.
And yes, I'm rooting for Michigan over Ohio State.
Oh, is this James? I'm pretty sure the.
Let's get him going so I can Google.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. How much was Susan B. Anthony fined for voting in 1872?
What the?
I know, right? I'm gonna help you out.
I'm gonna say $1.
Oh no. You're kind of. Man, I feel like I got to kind of help you guys out here a bit. You're kind of on the right track, but not really.
Let's just say back then, fines weren't a whole hell of a lot. Well, I mean, according to us.
Okay,
we've had inflation and stuff since then, so.
Yeah. Like back then, this was an outrageous amount of money.
Oh, well, okay. Well, unless I Google, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So.
But you may or may not find out. I don't know if people are going to get past question number 1. But I appreciate you calling in, though, James.
Right now.
I appreciate you calling in. I mean, you should be used to losing since you're a Michigan supporter. But
oh, burn!
Actually, I'm an Oregon Ducks supporter, so yeah, I'm used to losing. But we'll talk to you. Bye.
Well, I appreciate the call, brother. You have a good day. Oh man. So yeah, James said $1. That's wrong. So yeah, give us a call 415-889-8367. If you think you know the answer to the question. Yeah. But this is what the rest of the questions are kind of like. They're not really easy.
Oh, did you see the one about the street name?
I did. And funnily enough, that's one of the questions I'm going to ask.
Oh, awesome. I thought that was hilarious. That's why I added that.
I didn't even know that place existed.
Neither did I.
I've seen a bunch of articles that go over, some of the weird places in America or some of the funniest names and stuff like that. I've never seen this one. Which is kind of weird. Alrighty, D-Max, you ready to play this?
Oh, yeah, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Alrighty, James.
Somebody has the next question.
James got the first question out for everyone. Let's see if you can get to question number 2. All right, question number 1. How much was Susan B. Anthony fined for voting in 1872?
$100 plus the cost of prosecution.
There you go. Correct. Number 2. Where were the original copies of the fuck me, I can never say that word. Where were the original copies of the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution kept during World War II?
Norfolk, Virginia? I don't fucking know.
What'd you say?
Goddamn. Norfolk, Virginia?
Yeah, you're wrong, brother.
I don't know.
But at least you helped everyone get to question number 2.
For people.
I appreciate the call, brother.
Good one.
Yeah, these are good questions. Good questions. They're not the normal type of questions we throw out. These are kind of a step up. These are like 6th grade level.
6th grade? God damn, I don't need
it. Sounds like you need to go back to 6th grade.
Where's Minnie?
Oh, shit. Well, I appreciate the call, brother.
Right. They get the second one, guys.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you soon, D-Max.
Bye.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me give you a big tip here, guys and girls. Even though the questions seem harder, the answers are not. Believe it or not. If you don't know the answer, think of the most feasible answer. If that makes sense. Like, think. They're hard, but they're not that hard in theory. I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm not making any sense. So, question number 2 is kind of, I would say, kind of easy to guess. And then we got question number 3, which is pretty cool. And I don't know if you guys can Googleize this one, but it's still a pretty cool one. Question number 4. I never knew this at all, which is kind of interesting. But
I never knew this at all.
All right, turn your radio down for me.
Hello?
What's your name, buddy?
James.
All right, James. Here we go. Question number 1. How much was Susan B. Anthony fined for voting in 1872?
$100 plus prosecution fees.
All righty. Question number 2. Where were the original copies of the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution kept during World War II?
Fort Knox.
Yes, they were kept in Fort Knox, Kentucky. Question number 3. What is the most frequently stolen street sign in New York City?
Elm Street.
No, it's not. You would think it would be, but it's not.
Is it Wall Street?
No.
You already give your answer, brother. I can't put it out there. But since Raptor Mom says no, there you go. You got like two answers for the price of one. But no, it's not. Yeah, you guys. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are going to get this answer. It's weird. But
I'm going to go back to day drinking now.
Sounds good.
That works, man. I appreciate the call, brother. Yeah, this one is. I can see why it would be stolen a lot, but yeah, I would.
So, like when I came across this particular question, it reminded me of a certain place for an overseas and a CONUS type of duty.
Yeah.
And I laughed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's a place that Redleg's been to.
And if you know those two things, you should get the answer, or close to it.
Yeah, very close to it. And then once you get very close to it, you can narrow it down. But yeah, I thought Elm Street would have been like the number one. I mean, since Elm Street's freaking huge with Freddy. But yeah, it's not. It's not. Yeah, question. That's question number 3. So you guys got to kind of work that out. Question number 4. Yeah, I wouldn't have got this. It's very guessable though. I mean, if you think about it, you probably guess it straight away. Question number 5, however. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to guess. Well, I know someone's going to guess number 5 because they're going to cheat. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be guessed straight off the bat. So remember, we got through question number 1 and 2. If you know the answers to question number 2 and you think you may know the answers to question number 3, or if you haven't even heard it because you just joined us and you want your chance to win a WTF Nation Radio sticker, then give us a call, 415-889-8367. And here we go. Turn your radio down for me.
Yep.
Alrighty. What's your first name, brother?
Kilo.
Alrighty. Question number 1. How much was Susan B. Anthony fined for voting in 1872?
$100 plus prosecution fees.
Alrighty. Question number 2. Where were the original copies of the Declaration of Independence and U.S. Constitution kept during World War II?
Fort Knox.
Alrighty. Question number 3. What is the most frequently stolen street sign in New York City?
Oh, that's not the Times Square Street sign.
It's not. No. It's
Damn.
not.
All right. Well, fuck it.
I appreciate the call, though, brother.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks. You too, man. Like, yeah, you'd think Times Square would be kind of up there as well. But, I mean, how would you steal the Times Square sign? Isn't
yeah,
that
there's
like
a
in
lot of people there.
yeah, there's a shit ton of people constantly there. But I can see that, you know, people trying to steal that. Especially like on New Year's Eve or something, when the place is packed and no one really gives a shit. I can see it probably going missing then. But yeah, it's not Times Square. Again, we'll give you a hint on this. Think of a place Redleg went to while he was in the army. And that place has a famous place itself. Yeah, I think I've given you enough clues. But yeah, that's our question number 3. So, if you guys want your chance to win the WTF Nation Radio sticker, if you think you know the answer, give us a call, 415-889-8367. So until you guys call back in, I want to tell you about tell you about the OPAT. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the Army's Occupational Physical Assessment Test. It's the test that you take if you want to like reclass, or I think they're even doing it as you come in the Army now.
Okay.
It's stupid. So, for example, if you want to go into a physically demanding occupation, or MOS, such as combat arms, you have to score in the heavy category. Now, there's 3 categories where the scores are based off of, and the categories define your fitness level. So there's gold, which is moderate, significant is gray, and heavy is black. So for all the grueling MOSs, such as like combat arms, you need to be in the heavy or the black category. And this is stupid. So I'm going to give you the required minimum scores for the heavy category, which is the most, I guess, elite, if you want to look at it that way. So the standing long jump, you need to be able to jump 160 centimeters. The seated power throw, you need to be able to throw 450 centimeters. Strength deadlift, 160 pounds. And the interval run, also known as the shuttle run or the beep test, 43 shuttles. So this article, and it's coming from the Army Times, it says, although these raw numbers probably do not mean much to the average person, if we take a closer look, we can see what standards have actually been set. And I read through this crap, and I can't even believe it. There's like no freaking way.
Well,
I'm sorry. I was just looking at your message. I was had to double read it and stuff, so I zoned out. So anyway, the oh my gosh. So the standing long jump measures your lower body power. So how powerful does a combat soldier need to be with a 160 centimeter or a 63-inch jump?
Okay.
Well, according to a study published in Research Quarterly for Exercise and Sport in 2015, the soldier would be in about the 50th percentile of 12-year-old Hungarian boys. Not athletes or future Olympic hopefuls. Nope, just your average Hungarian youth. That's it. So you got to be just as good as a 15-year-old boy from Hungary. The seated power throw, much like the name suggests, measures the upper body power. How powerful do you have to be to achieve a 450 centimeter or 177-inch throw? Well, you've got to be pretty elite. Specifically, you would have to be elite among 9 to 14-year-olds. Yep. If you can manage to throw 450 centimeters Congratulations. So can most 9 to 14-year-olds. 2014 master's thesis by a student in East Carolina University puts the average distance for this group at 340 centimeters or 134 inches. However, when you factor in the standard deviation of 39.5 inches, where there were some 9 to 14-year-old boys and or girls who hit 441.96 centimeters, pretty close to the 450 heavy standard mark.
So basically, they're turning they're comparing your PE skills to elementary kid.
Pretty much.
PE skills.
Yep. In fairness, they used, the kids, a 4-pound medicine ball, whereas the soldiers, and I get this is important, the soldiers will use a 4.4-pound medicine ball. Regardless, rest easy. If you meet this standard, you'll be the most powerful kid on the playground, at least until you start high school. Yeah. The strength deadlift. Oh, my God. This event measures lower body strength, and it should be noted that it uses a hex or trap bar, not a typical straight bar. Now, I'm not a big gym rat or do weights or anything. My understanding of a trap bar or a hex bar is you stand inside this thing. So the bar, so you have your weights, the bar comes in, and then portion of it comes in front of you, and a portion of it goes behind you. And that's how it joins together, and you stand in the middle, and you literally just kind of lift up. That's my understanding of it. If I'm wrong, then someone please let me know. And when you do call in, you can also play Do You Even America, Bro, which no one's calling in for. So I'm thinking you guys have kind of given up and succumbed to your lack of knowledge. But anyway, it goes on to say, I am pleased to report that according to a recent study, it took 13 to 15-year-old boys 8 weeks of training with a trap bar twice a week to exceed the 160-pound heavy OPAT minimum for 6 reps. Yeah, you read it correct. A 2016 issue of the Journal of Physical Education Research included a study in which the participants used a minimum OPAT heavy requirement, actually 2+ pounds more than the requirement, not as a 1 rep max like the OPAT is, but rather 6 rep maxes. So not only did these 13 to 15-year-old boys deadlift this thing with 2 more pounds than what the Army requires, but they also done a 6 rep max, which the Army only requires 1. So these boys outdid what the soldiers are doing as a minimum. The interval run, also known as the BEEP test, measures aerobic fitness and has been around for quite some time. That's the one where you start on one line and then you start jogging towards the other, and by the time you get there, it goes beep, and then you turn around, and then you get to the other line, and you wait there 30 seconds because you ran too quick, and then it goes beep, and then you go beep, 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 beep. And you got kind of keep up with the beeps, and you fall behind, and you're done. But what does it require to do 43 shuttles? What does that mean in terms of aerobic capacity? Assuming the OPAT starts at the first level and uses the most common BEEP test setup, 43 shuttles puts the test taker 2 shuttles into the 6th level. Based on this assessment, the OPAT top tier minimum places the test taker in the poor category for males aged 16 to 35. The only way this score is considered very good is if you are over the age of 65. Remember, these norms are based on the average civilians, not athletes. Yeah. So the summary pretty much says that the current standard for combat arms, according to the OPAT, requires you to have a lower body power of a mediocre 12-year-old, the upper body power of an elite 14-year-old, the strength of an average 13 to 15-year-old who works out, and the endurance level of a fit senior citizen. I get that some will argue that these are the minimum physical performance requirements when correlated with basic soldier tasks in the combat MOS world. However, we are looking at the minimum standard the wrong way. It's true. To me, that's ridiculous. Why should the minimum standard be at the same level as your average 13 to 15-year-old? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well, I guess if he can make it, he could beat the 9-year-olds. I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess if you can pass the OPAT, then you can probably take on a large chunk of the infinite 9-year-olds that come at you.
There you go.
Yeah, that's dumb. Now, think about it. All you have to do is pass the minimum. Now, I don't know if there's other requirements for you to be able to, go into combat arms or however they're doing it. I don't know. But just from that physical portion, as soon as I've done the minimum, I'm done. That's it. Why should I do any more? I'm assuming the more you do, the better score you get. And if it's in a competitive field, the more selective you would be. But if it's not, and like you just want to go 11 Bravo where there's fucking always room, minimum, done. Like, why do more? So, I don't know. But I think it's pretty freaking stupid, to be honest. It should be hard to achieve it. Not impossible, but it should
be challenged.
Yeah, it should be challenging, very challenging, to meet the minimum standard. Unless they're saying that these combat MOSs, you really don't need to do shit. So that's why. I whatever. But yeah, so there you go. I thought you guys would be interested in that. But that brings me back to challenging questions. And if you want to play Do You Even America, bro? Oh, man, I feel like I'm dying. Give me a call, 415-889-8367. I feel like
you gonna live?
I don't know. I feel like I've got something in my throat. I don't. But it's like, oh my God, I can't talk.
Take a drink.
Oh, yeah, that coffee doesn't help. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna die. But yeah, give me a call, 415-889-8367. Yeah, so we've got to question number 3, and I think we've only had 2 people answer that question. So come on, guys. I mean, it's really not that. Well, this one may be hard. Now, Raptor Mom sent me a message that I kind of zoned out trying to read, and I can't remember what it was now. So what was the actual message you sent me, Mom?
Oh, that the street that I have that I listed in the list. I guess another street has surpassed that one.
Oh, so this one is now incorrect.
Yes. So I apologize for that, but
they were still wrong, right?
The callers, yes.
Yeah. All right. Send me the updated answer.
Okay. However, the original answer that I had down was pretty funny.
Yeah. So I tell you what, if you can since I gave you a whole bunch of clues to this one, if you can give me either this one or the new one, the most updated correct answer, then I'll give it to you. Either one works. But yeah, there you go. So it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Yeah. So give me a call, guys. 415-889-8367. They're really not that hard. Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could say some people. Is it Michigan? No, James, it's not Michigan.
Damn. I don't. I've never even. I'm assuming this is a guy, but I've never even heard of him.
Neither have I.
Yeah. So I have no idea. Yeah. So there you go. Get this crap. Oh man. Oh, I'm dying here. The U.S. apparently foiled an alleged plot to illegally send missile technology to Russia. This is kind of freaking interesting. 3 men, a U.S. citizen and 2 Russian nationals, were arrested on Thursday and charged with attempting to send sensitive technology used for military devices to Russia. This is according to a release from the Department of Justice. On Thursday, Alexei Baryshchev of Brooklyn, New York, a naturalized U.S. citizen, was arrested on federal charges of illegally exporting controlled technology from the U.S. to end users in Russia. Dmitry Alexandriovich
Nice.
Karapenko. Oh my God. These freaking names, man. I kind of got the Russian one down, but holy shit. Yeah, so Dmitry Alexandriov Karapenko and Alexei Kruteliny, both Russian citizens, were arrested in Denver, Colorado. Oh, funny about that. I guess where we're going in a couple of days.
Oh, nice.
They were arrested in Denver, Colorado on charges of conspiring with Baryshchev and others in the plot. Authorities said Baryshchev, Kruteliny, and Karapenko, among others, used 2 Brooklyn-based front companies, BKLN Spectra Incorporated and UIP Technocore, to buy and unlawfully export sensitive electronics without a mandatory federal license. U.S. officials also said the 3 men falsified records to conceal where they were shipping the electronics, routing them through Finland, according to the Associated Press. The electronics in questions were restricted for anti-terrorism and national security reasons. According to the complaints unsealed in Brooklyn's federal court on Thursday, Kruteliny and Karpenko arrived in Colorado from Russia on October 1st and tried to access Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs, but were prevented from doing so.
Colorado Springs.
Oh, turn the radio down for me.
This is Michigan.
Hey, what's up, brother?
I have to call.
So
Not much. I'm going to give you the answer to number 3. We already know 1 and 2.
All right, let me do number 1 and 2 anyway. Just because we've had people that get them wrong.
I got you. Go ahead.
All right. So, how much was Susan B. Anthony fined for voting in 1872?
$100 plus prosecution fee.
Where were the original copies of the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution kept during World War II?
Fort Knox, Kentucky.
All righty. Here we go. Question number 3. What is the most frequently stolen street sign in New York City?
Joey Ramone Street.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to you.
Place.
Yeah, there you go. Joey Ramone Place. Who the fuck is Joey Ramone?
Oh, he's a famous guy. There's a business right there off Stickin'.
I have no idea who the dude is. Never heard of him in my life.
I don't know. I haven't either.
Oh shit. Yeah, never heard of the dude. But yeah, it don't matter. You got it. All right, so here we go. Question number 4. Now think before you answer. How many terms did American frontiersman Davy Crockett serve in Congress?
Damn, I didn't even know he served. Let's see. We know where he died.
Try take
what, Kentucky, right? It was Kentucky or something like that.
No, he was one of the founders of Kentucky. No, but like he left doing what he had to do, like in Tennessee and Kentucky, and came to Texas because Texas was the biggest, I guess, frontier movement at that time, and of course there was the Alamo, and he fought to his death at the Alamo.
All right, but
I
how
only
many?
know so much because I'm from Kentucky, and now I live in Texas. So,
How many terms did he serve in Congress? Now, take an educated guess.
I'm gonna say served 1 for Tennessee's 9th district.
No, you're wrong. You're not far off.
True.
You're not far off, but you're wrong. I appreciate the call, brother. At least you got past the third question.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, you have a good day, man, friend. Well, there you go. So we got past the third question, and we're finally on the fourth question. This fourth one isn't that hard, guys. An educated guess would probably get you there. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. So if you want your chance to win a WTF Nation Radio sticker and to continue playing Do You Even America, bro, give us a call, 415-889-8367. Because as of right now, none of you really America at all. I mean, there's a couple of you here and there that got the answers correct. So, I'll give you a point. But, yeah, for the most part, you guys suck. I mean, admittedly, I kind of suck as well because I would have maybe got one of these correct, which is the question number 2. But that's about it. So I guess we're all sucking. Welcome to Monday. Are you sure you got this one correct, Reptimom?
I'm checking.
All right, so we're all checking the, I guess, the accuracy of this question. Now, it's not out the realm of possibility.
It could have been a typo.
I don't know. I think it's correct, unless I'm interpreting it wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm interpreting it wrong, but I think it's right. Oh, I don't know. Fuck. Here we go again with the possibly incorrect answers. But it is what it is. I guess we'll find out. Raptor working hard to verify, and will let me know. But let me tell you this for sure. What I do know. I do know the last caller was incorrect. Whether the answer I have is correct or not, he was definitely incorrect. So that it can only be one or two answers that I'm thinking of. So we'll get that sorted out. But there we go. So you guys still suck. This is still irrelevant. You guys still suck. So getting back to the whole Russian story, the electronics in question were restricted for anti-terrorism and national security reasons. According to the complaints unsealed in Brooklyn Federal Court on Thursday, Krutuliny and Karpenko arrived in Colorado from Russia on October 1st and tried to access Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs, but were prevented from doing so. The microelectronics shipped to Russia included, among other products, digital to analog converters and integrated circuits, which are frequently used in a wide range of military systems, including radar and surveillance systems, missile guidance systems, and satellites. Exporting such technology requires a license from the Department of Commerce, which places restrictions on items it believes could make a significant contribution to the military potential and weapons proliferation of other nations, and that could be detrimental to the foreign policy and national security of the United States. The three men were held without bail, according to the New York Daily News. If convicted, they face up to 25 years in prison and a $1 million fine. So get that shit. Now, to be honest, I don't know why that's such a big deal. I get it. It's news. It's something that's happening. But I don't know why it's such a big deal. Because I'm pretty sure this happens a lot. Maybe not on a daily basis, but it happens quite a few times throughout a year where people without the correct licenses are sending shit overseas that they probably shouldn't. Do you have any update on that question, Mom?
I'm still working on it.
All
Like,
right.
I have a couple different sources that contradict themselves. WikiLeaks says one thing, that biography
don't do WikiLeaks.
says another.
Fuck WikiLeaks.
Not WikiLeaks, but Wikipedia.
Yeah, fuck Wikipedia. Because, all right, so get this, guys. Wikipedia, although it may hold accurate information, it isn't a reliable source. So whenever you do any college papers and stuff...
Oh, yeah, you cannot
don't do Wikipedia. And here is why. You can go onto Wikipedia and create a page. So I can go on to Wikipedia right now, create a page saying that U.S. Army WTF Moments is the official, unofficial source, news source for the U.S. Army. And that the U.S. Army pushes all their unofficial communications through us, which obviously they don't. So let me throw that out there. They don't. We have no affiliation with the U.S. Army, apart from some members of the admin team are active duty. Some members are veterans and retired personnel, and obviously the community is full of U.S. service members. That's as far as it goes. We have, well, unless you want to class Sergeant Major of the Army Daily being the head honcho, but that's about it. So we can make up whatever crap we want. So some of the stuff on Wikipedia may be correct and accurate information, especially if it's a company page, just tell them about the company and stuff like that. But I mean, none of it's like verifiable and stuff. It's all at face value. So that's why I never really use Wikipedia to find crap out, because where some of it may be verified and true, other parts may not. So it's more detrimental than it is non-detrimental. Yeah. Yeah, so use a Googleizer. But again, I mean, we're talking about history here. So you would think, history being history, they would have accurate information. But it looks like there's not. So give me your best guess, Mom, between all the stuff you're looking at. Send me a message and tell me what you think the correct one is. Since there are conflicting reports out there, we go with, okay, all right. So we're going to go with that as far as the correct one. Now it still may be incorrect, but according to the research that Raptor Mom's just done, that's probably the best guess of the correct answer. So there we go. So now we've got that cleared up. The caller was still incorrect. So we're still on question number 4. Okay. That sounds pretty cool. Sucks for him, but whatever. Yeah, give me a call. 415-889-8367. If you want your chance to win WTF Nation Radio sticker. And if nobody guesses this stuff by the end of the show, should we educate people and tell people the answers to everything? Or should we just keep it for next time?
Keep it for next time.
Okay, we can do that. So, I tell you what, let me change the answer on my spreadsheet thing here. So I got it correct for the next time.
Okay, I want to send you something. You tell me what you think.
Boom. Done. So there we go. Alrighty, send it. Oh, wow, you'd think this would be pretty accurate, right?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. I would say the first answer based off this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, I'm probably going to go for the first answer.
I was right.
Yeah. So we were right all along, ladies and gentlemen. We were right all along. So there are conflicting reports. But we do have the correct answer. We had the correct answer all along. Damn you guys for not believing us. Man.
I promise I was sober when I made, the questions.
Yeah, so there we go. This is from a very reliable source, and if it isn't, then we're all doomed. I think we're all doomed anyway, but we're all doomed a lot sooner than November.
Yeah, I was about to say that after last night's debate. It's just kind of like, well, we're fucked.
Oh, shit. You know, I was speaking to someone the other day. Out of all the people in America that are eligible to run for president, and I mean, you have rich people, you have essentially certified geniuses, and all the people with like massive amounts of experience. You would think that someone would be able to step up and say, hey, you know what? I may not be known in the public realm, but I'm pretty sure I could do the freaking job for one reason or the other. And they could quantify that statement.
See, like they were arguing, people were arguing how they were not on policy last night, which they kind of were, but weren't. I mean, towards the end, they kind of started going on about policy and all that other, but then again, I wouldn't say character says a lot about a person, but I would think, like when Clinton brought up the whole tax issue, like the loopholes and all that kind of stuff, like people are claiming that, like, and he even admitted, he's like, yeah, like when I file my federal income taxes, I use the tax codes. Who the fuck doesn't? Like anybody that can, when you have income coming in, whether you file it a 1099 or, your 1040, either way, you can deduct shit from your income and then not have to pay as much, in taxes.
Right. I like the way Trump answered that stuff, because here's my thoughts on it. And
she uses the same system.
Right. If a system is in place that benefits you, you are an idiot if you do not use it. And I'm not talking about working the system as far as Social Security or fraud or any of that kind of shit. I'm talking about if there's a system in place like the tax code that allows you to use it to your advantage, why not? If I made, billions of dollars a year and I could report $1 billion loss, which happened, then why wouldn't I do so that would then benefit me?
Okay.
What, just because I'm rich, that means I have to, not do that correct? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like he also pointed out, many of Hillary's donors are also, rich as hell, and they use the same tax code. They use the same benefits. They file the same things, which allows them to not pay taxes. Now, there's one thing I wish Trump would bring up. No, I'm sorry. Is the fact that when Hillary said he doesn't pay taxes, he doesn't support the military, he doesn't support veterans, I wish he would have brought up the fact that on numerous occasions, we're going back years and years and years ago, before Trump was ever even thinking about running for office, there was numerous occasions where military personnel had come back from downrange or from wherever they were at, and their plane, for whatever reason, wasn't available.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe the plane broke down, maybe the plane was late, maybe it got rerouted. For whatever reason, the plane wasn't available to take them on to their final destination. Trump sent his personal plane out to wherever the troops were to pick them up, to fly them to their final destination so they could go home for zero cost. He didn't charge the military shit. He didn't charge the troops nothing. He didn't charge anybody anything. Trump took the cost all on his own. He took the hit for it, and it didn't go public. No one heard about this stuff. He didn't do some press release. He didn't do anything. He just done what he done and shut the fuck up about it and drove on. That was it. And he done it more than once. So I wish he would have said, when Hillary was like, oh, he don't do nothing for the military or vets or anything, I wish he would have said, oh, that's kind of incorrect. Maybe I didn't pay taxes because of my losses, but I have on numerous occasions in the past, before running or before even thinking of running for office, I have, sent my plane out, blah, 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 and never thought about pushing it out in the public, never thought about making it a big scene. I just done it because someone needed to look after these boys and girls. I wish he would have said something like that. But it is what it is, and I know that maybe he doesn't remember. Maybe it was something that was so kind of insignificant to him. He just felt like, hey, these guys need to get home, so I'm going to just send my shit, and that was it. That he didn't even think about it. I don't know.
You brought up a good point. She has been in law for 30 years. Why has she not proposed to change any of the tax codes or any of that?
Right. Now
that she's claiming that he is quote unquote abusing.
I know she did say I have voted against this, that, or for this, that. But here's the thing. If she becomes president, she's still not going to have any, generally speaking, her powers are not going to be any bigger than what they already were. I mean...
Yeah, of course.
Yes, she's going to be able to maybe influence a couple more people to say, hey, help push this, say, tax code or whatever, and then I owe you a favor. Or I want this done because I'm president, and I'm not sure how it exactly works, but I want this done as president, so I'm going to make it law now. Kind of like Obama does, just like, fuck the whole system, I'm just going to do what I want to do. Or, veto shit, or something. I'm not sure how it all works, but, maybe she could do something like that. But generally speaking, I don't think the president has any more power than just a regular freaking person at the end of the day. They're more of a figurehead, more controlling what happens at the bigger level.
Well,
but like Trump said, she's been in politics for over 30 years. And yeah, while she has maybe done some good things, like give the National Guard and stuff healthcare, I think overall, over 30 years, you should have made some pretty big leaps and bounds. And in my opinion, she hasn't done so.
And speaking of, her just, this is just pretty much a figurehead position. The focus, honestly, the focus should be on is on Congress and the House of Representatives. A lot of the seats in both, areas are up for re-election. Now, unfortunately, which we've had this discussion back when most of the states were having their primaries for not just, the presidential, primary, but also for the Senate and the House. My thing is everybody, they're complaining about the laws and stuff like this. And I've said this before, we need change and stuff. Well, you should have done that in the primaries. Right. Vote out people like John Boehner. I know it's Boehner, but I call him Boehner. Harry Reid, Nancy Pelosi, in the primaries. That's where you would make the change. Because in the primaries, if you elect them back in, you know, a lot of people, yes, I know there's third parties and stuff like that that don't get the attention, but when they go to the ballot, and unfortunately on both parties, they either vote, oh, I'm going to vote strictly Democrat and strictly Republican. They don't look at their views or their policies or anything that they're proposing. So we as Americans fucked up in the primaries if all you got in Kentucky is he's a Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell. Like, you got him and a Democrat opponent. So, like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's we've said it time and time and time again on this show. I think Redlegs even said it on his shows. The change comes at the local level. You guys have to vote in and vote out the people that are messing up and the people that you truly feel would be better. Because at the local level, and I mean, city, state, that level right there, they're the people that make everything the way it should be or shouldn't be. The president doesn't really do much. The president's just the figurehead. Yeah, the president has some kind of power, but really not much on the overall grand scheme of things. It's the state representatives, the state congressmen, and all that kind of stuff. They're the people that make this shit happen on a day-to-day basis. So you need someone in there that is actually going to work for you, the people. And that's where you need to concentrate and do some research on these people. Find out, you already know what you're passionate about. You already know what your beliefs are. So go use the Googleizer, and I'm sure there's specific freaking sites out there that will break all this stuff down. But look up, your beliefs and stuff, and the way these people have voted and what they've done to push forward to make things happen.
So, and on that note, because I've looked up Hillary Clinton's views and her running mate, last name Kaine. I can't think of his first name. He's a Virginia. Kaine? Huh?
Tim Kaine?
I think that's it. He has voted against a lot of active duty and veteran bills.
Oh, yeah, he has.
So what kills me is there is, surprisingly, there is a lot of people in the military, which is their right, that they are Democrats. Here they are, they're going to go and vote her and his running mate in. It's kind of hypocritical, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's stupid because it's like you said. I wouldn't say. I don't want to say a lot of people because I don't know for sure. But I'm just going to say a lot of people vote based off their party affiliation, like you said. Someone's a Republican, so they're just going to vote Republican, regardless of the person, their views, their voting record, or anything like that. Because they're Republican, I'm voting Republican. Which is stupid. You need to vote for the person, not the party. Because there has been a couple of people that are Democrats that their voting history and their views and beliefs are somewhat in line with the way I think. I don't care that they're Democrat, as long as they think somewhat the same way I do, and they vote that way. They do their job according to what they're putting out. That's all that matters to me. I don't give a shit.
Well, they work for the people, not
right. Exactly, not the
establishment.
Party. Yeah, I mean, I know they still fall under the party guidelines and stuff like that. I got that. I understand that, and they're somewhat influenced by that. I understand that, but at the local level, at the end of the day, people get into careers to progress. But at that local level, the only way you progress is by showing the people that you do stuff for them, because they're the people that then elect you to higher positions. So the people that are working for the people are actually doing themselves a favor. So the people that go with the party's views, they're damaging their own careers.
Well, so people brought up Gary Johnson, and yes, I know libertarians are the more for the United States. They tend to be kind of more for the people. My biggest concern is his thinking of the Middle East.
Yeah.
You know, yes, I'm tired of, you know, us being over there in the Middle East. I mean, who isn't? However, but if we're going to be passive about it, it to me just feels so passive about it that I think it would, you know, just being passive about it, it would just make it worse.
Yep. Alrighty, boys and girls. It's about that time of the show where we come to an end. So first and foremost, as always, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for stopping by, listening and watching. And if you're listening or watching a later podcast or vidcast, then thank you very much. Because without you guys and girls, none of this would be possible. Secondly, I want to let you know that we have a show here every night of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, always starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, more often than not, I'm here from 12 noon until 2 p.m. Eastern. This is going to be the last show I do until we head out to Colorado. We fly out, well, I fly out on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, there will be no Liquid Lunch. I may jump on Facebook Live here and there, either on the US Army WTF Moments page or on the WTF Nation Radio page or on my page, just to kind of, you know, give you guys some updates, check out what we're doing, all that kind of good stuff. But as far as a show goes, I will not be doing a show this Wednesday. Now,
or what about Friday?
This Friday, I may do a show because it's lunchtime. So the Freedom On Festival doesn't kick off until I think about 6 o'clock. I'm not sure, but I may do a show. It depends on what we're doing, what we still need to get sorted as far as setup and all that kind of stuff. So the show just may be, hey, look at us running around like a bunch of idiots. But I may do some kind of show on Friday. But if not, you can definitely catch us Friday night doing the live coverage of the Freedom On Festival, and then Saturday doing the poker run and Matt Best's birthday. So yeah, we got good things coming up this weekend. Make sure you stop in tonight to see Redleg for the Monday edition. As I said before, that starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. I think that's about it. Did I forget anything, Mom?
Nope, just tune in tonight for a Red Leg show, and we will we'll see you in Colorado, or you will hear us.
Yeah, so there we go. So from me and Raptor Mom until at least Friday, well, maybe Wednesday, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all! That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?